All right, guys, we are live. And man, it's been wild today. Like, I've got my notifications on to the news. It's been like pinging my phone and ding, 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 dong, all my phone all day, ringing. It's been absolutely crazy with free agency. We got so much to unpack here. I'm asking you guys, big favor, please hit the thumbs up. I don't ask this much. It takes a second of your time. Smash thumbs up. And drop a comment, guys. I really want this to get out. Let's make this room massive. And we're in the heart of off season. So fantasy football, it's dead, but there's so much to talk about, guys. So much to unpack, from Gus Edwards and a meaningless signing to Josh Jacobs. And I want to do this every evening. Now, I may start this in April. I'm just kind of getting a feel for the evening. So turn on the bell. Main thing is thumbs up. Thumbs up really helps. I'm going to keep saying that during this video. I want to get this message out. I really want this channel to absolutely take off this year. So the thumbs up really, really helps. I'm going to get to Q&A at the end. So how this is going to work is a typical episode is going to run 8:30 Eastern. I'm going to start off with the latest news. In this case, this whole episode is news. We're talking free agency. So it's all news. And then at the end, we'll do like a Q&A session. So I'm asking everybody, I want this thing to grow like a snowball, because I'm all about you. I'm all about putting you guys front and center with the Q&A. So I'm an independent, guys. I don't have a network backing me. I'm an independent, so I do this on my own, okay? My own time, my blood, sweat, and tears, take time away from the family, away from the kids to deliver you guys. So I'm asking you guys to turn on the bell, subscribe, smash thumbs up, drop your questions below. It's going to be amazing. So we're going to get to the news here. I'm excited to dive in. There's so much to unpack. But again, I'm asking you guys to smash thumbs up. It helps. And drop your questions. But there will be a Q&A here at the end. And yes, Crazy Casper. Crazy Casper is saying, Kyle Pitts stock just went up. Smash a thumbs up, man. I mean, the Falcons are going to be insane with Kirk Cousins, man. I mean, look at like Drake London last year, 900 plus yards. He only had 2 touchdowns. I'm talking off the top of my head. I don't have the stats in front of me, but we're talking with Desmond Ridder throwing the ball. So guys, a ton of upside, a ton. So we're going to get to all those questions here. Crazy Casper, welcome. Tattoo Destroyer in the house. JSC, Phil H in the house. We're going to be doing this in the evenings. This is going to be off the chain. Do people even say that anymore? Off the chain? Yeah, it's going to be crazy in here. It's going to be wild. And I'm going to show you guys that. We're going to do giveaways as the season comes up. If you haven't got the 16-round draft solution, click below. Use code SMASH to save. Secure the solution. You can pre-order it now. And I'm also doing a fantasy sports summit. Tajay Spears' book. Trey Benson is signing a deal right now with us to be on the sports summit. So it's going to be alive like this, but we're going to have Trey Benson in the house as well. And I'm looking to secure more athletes. It's going to be amazing. You get to ask Trey Benson how you feel. I'm hearing he may end up either on the Cowboys or the Vikings. Still uncertain. It's going to be huge. So let's get to the news here. Let's talk about it. Let me pull up my banners here. Smash thumbs up, guys. Very important. Very important. You turn on the bell, because I want to do this 8:30 Eastern every night. Smash it. Tap it. Slap it, hit the thumbs up. Let's make some noise, make some comments. Let's take off, guys, all right? Fantasy football is back, so let's get to it. Let's start off, let's ease into this news a little bit more subtly here. I don't want to go too wild, so I'm going to start off with this boring news of Gus Edwards to the Chargers. You're getting rid of Austin Ekeler, which should have been done a long time ago, and you're bringing in Gus Edwards. I don't know what to tell you. 2 years. I don't know, what do you get, guys? Drop the amount he got. It's not that much. I think it's 4 or 5 million a year. I wrote down all the other values. For some reason, I didn't care, or I wasn't focused on what Gus Edwards is making. But the Gus bus is going from wherever he was in Baltimore all the way to the Chargers town. And he's joining a weird committee with Josh Kelly, and Isaiah Spiller. If I were to define a committee when it comes to running backs, when it says years to wow me, guys, and guess what? I'm not wowed, is going to be the Chargers backfield. Now, I would think that they're going to draft Blake Corum. Okay, I would think Blake Corum is going to be a target simply with the roots of Harbaugh in Michigan with Blake Corum. I think that could be amazing. Blake Corum would be a plug and play and start over all 3 of these guys. Now, my throat's going to get dry. I brought some water here. There's a lot of talking. There's a lot of screaming. There's so much to unpack here. Guys, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, thumbs up. All I ask is a thumbs up. I'm putting in my time here because I want to deliver you guys on a high level. I'm going to be doing these 8:30s. It's going to be amazing. And we're in the heart of dead season. We got 65 people here and growing. People don't even know I do live, so I'm making people aware. So it's going to be amazing. I'm going to talk. We're going to have fun. So again, Gus Edwards, what do you guys think of the deal? Let's make it interactive. Drop your comments below. Gus Edwards, #1 pick. Josh Perez says, Josh, you were a regular when I was doing in the morning shows, man. Welcome. Look at you looking good with your shaved head here. Always looking great. Gus Edwards, first overall. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No Gus Edwards for me. No. All right, so are we ready to move on with this news, Gus Edwards? I just wanted to warm up with something here. I wanted to talk about something. It gets better, honestly. Okay. Also, a little tidbit here. Minshew, 2-year, $25 million, signs with the Raiders as a backup, whatever. If he starts, well, who knows? But Minshew to the Raiders, I thought that I'd mention that. Let's move on to the big news here. Let's get bigger here as we go. Smash a thumbs up here. We're going to take Josh Perez off the screen. How do you remove these people off my screen? All right, there we go. Let's hide the comment here. All right. Green Bay signs Josh Jacobs. Here we go. Josh Jacobs, 4 years, $48 million with, I think, $12 million guaranteed. That's insane. Or is it more than that? But yeah, 4 years, $48 million. And they notify that Aaron Jones, hit the road, Jack. After all the years you've served us, we're going to sign Josh Jacobs. Now, Josh Jacobs is still relatively young. He's going to be good. He's going to be efficient. He is joining the backfield with, who's he joining the backfield there with, guys? Help me out. A.J. Dillon? That's it? Who else do I got there listed there? Yeah. I mean, A.J. Dillon's going to be there. So, I mean, that's not much of a threat when it comes to volume. So, we got Green Bay signs Josh Jacobs. What do you guys think of this signing? Definitely top 10 pick. I think I like the offense. I got to tell you, I like the offense. Jordan Love is a sleeper, currently sitting 13th on the consensus, on the Consheeps' rankings. Corey saying AJ. Oh, AJ got released. Did I miss this, guys? There's so much news here. Dylan's going to be cut. So who's going to come in as a backup there? Are they going to draft somebody? Dylan is gone. Thank you, guys. I got to stay on top. Dude, I got so much things coming, news. It's been crazy. Like I said, I'm trying to keep on top of that. So much going on. So yeah, I like it. He's going to get the work. He's going to get the volume, barring any type of injury. This is great for Jacobs, who I'm not a fan of. You guys remember me and Jacobs went at it a couple years ago over DM. He wanted to box me. Then he didn't box me. It was crazy. And I said, let's box. And he's like, yeah, whatever, man. You come find me. You know where I'm at, which I didn't know where he was at. And that's a whole, if you guys remember that story, it was on my Instagram like 2 years ago. I actually had met Josh Jacobs at the NFL draft. I was there meeting all the athletes that year. It was the same year Geno Smith came out, Greedy Williams, a couple other guys I had met that year. But yeah, Josh Jacobs was one of the guys there. Super nice guy. And then sure enough, when I said he sucked because he wasn't playing well, he wanted to fight me. Either way, Josh Jacobs signs a big deal. And yeah, Dylan sucks too. I don't know who's going to pick up Dylan. He's going to be a backup somewhere anyway. So let me know what you guys think. Josh Jacobs, drop a thumbs up. We're going to make some noise here. Fantasy relevance, I mean, I like him. It depends on what his ADP is. He's probably going to end up being like a first round. It depends on who else is going to be in the committee, how that's all going to play out. But as of right now, Jacobs, good for fantasy. It looks good. I don't see any issues with this. He's going to get the work, going to get the goal line work, going to get the volume. You don't pay a guy, this much to not be used on a high level. So Jacobs, Packers, Jordan Love, like the offense, Jaden Reed, sleeper, Romeo Dobbs, going to be good. So this is positive. This is a positive move. Aaron Jones, I was never high on. He was just old and I didn't like him. So this could be a fresh start for Josh Jacobs. Could be good value. I got to see where I get him in the drafts. All right, let's move on here. All right, Singletary to the Giants. You get rid of Saquon, which, again, you guys crushed his career. And then you trade him for Singletary. Not trade. It wasn't a trade, but you acquire Singletary from the Texans. 3 years up to $19.5 million. The guy was never good in Buffalo. I don't see the hype with this guy. Drop the comment with this. Now, if it stays like this, if Singletary is the starter, which I don't think he will be, I think they're going to draft somebody. They got to bring somebody. I just don't see that. Like, the Giants have no wide receivers, and now they have no running back. The only thing you had going for you in that entire offense was Saquon Barkley. You get rid of Saquon Barkley, and you bring in Devin Singletary. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Now, people are saying, well, what do you think of Dameon Pierce now with the Texans? Well, I don't think he's going to be alone. I don't think that Dameon Pierce is going to be the solution, okay? Hasn't wowed us. Houston is drafting RB second round. So, yeah, Blake Corum, Jonathan Brooks, Trey Benson, who's going to be at the Fantasy Sports Summit. You guys get a chance to meet these guys online and interact with them and ask questions. It's going to be amazing. So if you guys want to secure your tickets, linked it below, thefantasyfootballaccounts.com. Under 16 rounds, there's a package. You can combo 16 rounds with the Summit. It's amazing, guys. You get both of them. It's the ultimate experience, guys, when it comes to fantasy football. So I'm asking everybody here to smash thumbs up and turn on the bell. Turn on the bell, because I've been doing lives every night, 8:30. Probably starting in April. I'm just kind of feeling it out right now. But it seems like the evening is the way to go. We are in the dead of offseason. Look at you guys. Dedications here. Free agency. It's amazing, guys. Appreciate the passion. I'm going to deliver on a high level. I'm an independent, so all I'm asking for is a thumbs up. I don't ask for anything, but I just want to get the voice out there more without the help of a 4-letter network. I want to just get out there to help more people and actually help you guys win. Not this copy and paste BS. So smash thumbs up and drop a comment, guys. Helps me. Just 2 seconds. Smash it, tap it, slap it, whatever it is here. Let's see here. Pierce wowed us as a rookie. Yeah, and then he fell off. I don't understand this. Marcus, what's up, man? I want to interact with some of you guys here. You know, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't understand what Dameon Pierce. He was primed to succeed last year and just did absolutely nothing. Makes zero sense to me. So very disappointing. Let's see if there's any other things. There's tons of questions here, tons of interaction, which is great, guys. Drop your questions. Phil H says, let's see, I'm just pulling it out. I didn't even read it. Slow. Okay. I love this sheet media tried to convince us that Singletary is solid signing for the Giants. I know, like, no matter how bad or mediocre a player is, they say, oh, such a great player. He's so great. Years to wow us, we're not wow. He sucks. Certain players suck. Devin Singletary was nothing on Buffalo. Then he was on the Texans, had a decent year on a potent offense, and now he goes to the Giants, and that's where careers go to end because they have no offense. They got to make some huge moves, man. Huge moves. All right. So that's that. We covered the Singletary news. We talked about Josh Jacobs. If you're just joining us, guys, turn on the bell, subscribe. This is big news. This is epic news. So buckle up. If you like this, comment and thumbs up. I love this. Is there music? I need like a music for this. I need something for this. Here we go. Whoa. Well, I hope you guys didn't have headphones on. That was a lion's roar. That was huge. Let's do that one more time, guys. Heads up. Whoa, a lion's roar. Okay, all right. Kirk Cousins to the Falcons on a 4-year, 108. Am I reading this right? I hope I'm reading. A 4-year, 180 million. That's got to be a typo. I mean, Kirk Cousins is no young guy. He's been in the league a long time. I go back and check how long Kirk Cousins has been in the league. But he's producing, and that's how desperate they are. This position, the quarterback position, is like so scarce, and that's how you make money in life, guys. How you make money is valued by the rarity of your position, how scarce it is, and the amount you put out. So, for example, LeBron makes money because he's LeBron. There's only so many people that can play on his level and have his type of physique. Same with Kirk Cousins. There's only so many people that can be efficient as him and do as well as him. That's why he's making $180 million. 4 years, $180 million, $50 million. Is that $50 million in bonuses? Or I got so many notes here, man. I should be more organized. It looks like $50 million guaranteed or something like that. Or is that in bonuses? Go double check that. Either way, it's $180 million. That's all you need to know. Plus in stuff. But anyway, so we don't care what he makes, right? All we care about is the fantasy impact, and this is huge because Drake London to the roof. London to the roof. The sky's the limit. This guy had Desmond Ridder throwing the ball. He had under 1,000 yards. He only had 2 touchdowns, so he hasn't even scratched the surface. Bijan is going to go off this year. He's already said he wants 2,000 rushing yards. Dude, this guy's going to go off. The sky is the limit. Then you got Kyle Pitts who can actually emerge if staying healthy. This is going to be a huge go here. Guys, drop a comment. What do you guys think? Kirk Cousins, Falcons, this offense is going to be crazy. Fantasy relevant. And now Drake London is a big-time sleeper. Nobody's talking about Drake London. Will London go second round in drafts? Possibly. I mean, you look at, like, last year, Jefferson was the number 1 guy for Cousins. Quarterbacks make wide receivers, guys. I don't know how to tell you this, but quarterbacks make wide receivers. So Fields to the Pats. Chicago gets third round pick. If that just happened right now, guys, let me know what's happening. Did Fields go to the Pats? Some people drop comments. I don't have the news. Maybe I'm check my news here. No, I don't see anything about Fields in my news. You guys don't. I see Jacoby Brissett. Deal to the Patriots, $8 million up to 12. Guys, there's so much going on. Jacoby Brissett to the Patriots, but again, he's just a journeyman. He's just gonna be there, like whatever. He's just gonna be a backup or whatever. But this Kirk Cousins signing is so exciting. If you're a Falcons fan, if you're a fantasy fan, it is time for Drake London to emerge. I liked him last year. I was wrong. You know, I should have known better than to draft a wide receiver with Ritter, but I was hoping for the best. I was hoping that Desmond Ritter, with a chip on his shoulder, had the opportunity. He could have done something with it, but he didn't. He did absolutely nothing with it. Not only that, there was really no other targets there. You have Kyle Pitts, and it was like Drake London. And that was it. It was like Drake London and nobody else. There was no good wide receiver, too. So all the volume should have gone, and it kind of did, to Drake London, but it just wasn't efficient. 2 touchdowns or whatever he had. It was very lackluster, very disappointing. Brian French, what's up, man? Brian French says, Bijan is going to eat. Absolutely, man. Absolutely going to eat for sure. We'll get to questions at the end, guys. In the meantime, drop your questions. Thumbs up. Guys, this is going to be an epic here. Bijan going to have 2,000 yards? Yes. So, again, to recap everything, if you guys are just joining us, smash thumbs up, turn on bell. I'm going to try to come on every night, 8:30. Set your calendars, turn on the bell. In season, we're going to do this every night. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, recap. Gus Edwards, 2 years to the Chargers. Raiders sign Gardner Minshew. Now, who cares? Josh Jacobs, 4-year deal to the Packers. Singletary goes to the Giants. We got Kirk Cousins now. We're on the Kirk Cousins. For all those people just joining us, I'm trying to get everybody caught up. Kirk Cousins, absolute domination for fantasy. This is going to be amazing. Zach, save your questions to the end, man. I'll be there in about 15, 20 minutes. Get to those questions. We'll do a Q&A at the end. But that's a great question. By Jade or Brees, I'll get to that in the Q&A, all right? So, let's keep going here. Kirk Cousins, positive, amazing, love it. Guys, I'm so excited about this, man. Drake London, if he stays where he is at ADP, he won't. He's going to shoot up. But there is certain players that Kaship's love. Like, they'd rather have, like, Ayuk ahead of London. Fine, you take Ayuk at the end of first round and Deebo Samuel back-to-back. You get your wide receiver 1 and 2 on the same team. And one of them is going to be a 2, and you mess it up. I get the value later, man. I get Tank Dell later. I get Jaden Reeds later. I get Drake London later. I get the value. It's like everyone told you last year, Higgins. Everyone said, T. Higgins round 2. I'm like, why would you get a wide receiver 2 on his team? And by the way, T. Higgins has requested a trade. More news today. It's been crazy. Obviously, he wants out of there. I don't know why, but probably not because he wants to be the 1 somewhere, but I don't think he's good enough to be a 1. Besides the fact, Higgins was told, you were told to draft him at the end of second round. I said, don't draft Higgins. He's a 2 on his team. So again, there's going to be value. Other guys that could be 1s that you get for value. There's going to be rookies coming in. Malik Neighbors could be amazing this year. Marvin Harrison Jr., depending on where he lands, could be amazing this year. Xavier Worthy, who just broke the combine time, 4.21 dash time. Absolutely amazing. So guys, there's so much to talk about here and unpack. I just had to do a live. I couldn't just do this in one sitting. So again, subscribe, thumbs up, hit the bell. Let's go to the next news here, okay? This is huge. Let's talk about this. Let me just leave this up here. I'll see the comments. Barkley to the Eagles, 3 years, $37.5 million, $26 million guaranteed. Is that $26 million guaranteed? Did I get that right? Let me check my notes here. Yeah, $26 million guaranteed. Up to $46 million, $46.75 million. It can be, I think, with bonuses. He joins a committee with nobody, Kenneth Gainwell and Rashad Penny. I remember when Rashad Penny was like, oh, you guys got to draft Penny. I'm like, Penny sucks. Don't draft Penny. And everybody was like, you got to draft Penny. The Concheapsis. I'm like, don't draft Penny. They're like, you got to draft Penny. I'm like, don't draft Penny. And nobody listened. But I mean, my list 16 rounders listened because they got 60 rounds and they invested in something that's going to help them win. But the Concheapsis didn't listen, and that's great. I love when the Concheapsis make mistakes because we can capitalize on that, okay? So, Barkley to the Eagles. You know what? He could be great on the Eagles. He could be fed, but let's talk about the elephant in the room. Mr. I got to shave my goatee. Mr. I'm going to hoard away all the goal line work. You know who I'm talking about? I'm talking about Jalen Hurts. The Jalen Hurts factor could hurt the Barkley. Now, it's a 3-year deal. They're obviously going to run him, and also injuries with Barkley. Like, the guy has not been consistently healthy throughout the years. So he's going to be expensive. But to me, I don't get excited about Eagles running backs. I would have loved to see Barkley on the Texans. That could have been really special. That's out the door. Now, the only solid free agent that I like that's available right now, and in the comments, let me know if I'm missing somebody here, because Eckler's checked out. He wasn't that good anyway. Pollard is now checked out. We're going to get to in a second with the Titans. And then you have Barkley. He's on the Eagles. Who else am I missing here? And then Henry, there's talk about him going to the Raiders, which probably could happen any second now. There's talk about him going to the Raiders. So, and Josh Jacobs went to the, there's more news now. Sam Darnold is weighing offers from the Vikings and Broncos. Like, who wants Sam Darnold? Like, I'm just reading news here. Sam Darnold. Talk about years to wow. I mean, I'm not wow. So Barkley to the Eagles, guys, I don't know, man. I'm just not like excited about this. So that leaves Henry still available to the Ravens, which again, I think the Cowboys would theoretically look at a Trey Benson. The Vikings still need a running back. They got rid of Madison. Guys, it's opening things up for these rookies. Blake Corum is out there. These rookies might come in, right? But again, in regards to good free agent running backs that are available, Henry's the only guy. So, again, do I like the Eagles? They could be a good offense this year. They look good on paper. They look destructive on paper. But what do you guys think? Yay or nay? Drop it in the comments below. Are you in on the Barkley with the Eagles? Are you out on the Barkley? I'm like this. Like, I'm on the fence right now, but I'm leaning off. I'm kind of like off the Barkley train. Are you more on the Barkley train or are you more off? I'm kind of like here, but I'm like thinking like down. Like, I'm like, not excited. I don't know, man. He could be amazing there. Like, cause like he never really had the opportunity to shine with the Giants. They did him a disservice, but he's also had years of opportunity there. I'm torn, man. Like, I don't know. So some people saying, Josh says no on Barkley. Crazy Casper's cursing, says F the Eagles. Barkley, workhorse running back, great offense. I'm in on Barkley this year, top 5 upside. So Zach Seaman saying upside. I would take him in the 4th. I don't think he's going to fall to the 4th, guys. I really don't. So let me know. Are you guys in on Barkley? Those of you guys just joining us, smash thumbs up. You guys could also create a 16-round draft solution. Linked it below. Use code SMASH to save. And also, guys, the Fantasy Sports Summit. It's a virtual conference. And if you get the virtual summit, you're automatically entered for a PS5. You get to win a PS5. Hey, I already own a PS5. I don't want to win one. Who cares? Get it, win it, sell it. I don't care. You guys are going to have a chance to enter for a PS5. I don't care if you have one. Give it away as an amazing gift to somebody you love if you win it. So you're automatically entered for that. You get to interact with NFL athletes. I've already got Trey Benson signing this week, probably tomorrow. It's going to be official. And then I got Tajay Spears in. I'm also working on other guys. It's going to be amazing. So Fantasy Sports Summit, August 21st. So Wednesday night. You guys are here I can tell you guys are here in the evenings. You're definitely going to want to be there. So get 60 rounds and linked it below. Let's continue on with the news here. Sip of water. I'm running out of water. Next time I need a bigger jug of water. This isn't going to do. I got Windex here. I don't think Windex is good to drink though. Probably not a good idea, but that's the only beverage I got here. So I'm going to stick to water. Windex only for cleaning. All right. Right here. Look, Windex only for cleaning. Okay. All right. I got Michael Jordan behind me. I got to switch this. I got other like displays. I got Sylvester Stallone. I got Rocky here. I got Back to the Future. I'm gonna start swapping these out. Maybe there'll be a new theme, but I gotta have Jordan behind me. Motivation. One of the greatest of all time. All right, let's go. It's my motivation right here. You know what also motivates me? Austin Ekeler still getting paid millions of dollars and he's not good. That motivates me. So Gus Edwards signing $1 million deal. And what really gets me is Jake Paul. You know, like he's the greatest boxer of all time. And he was a Vine dancer. He danced on Vine. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent here. Bron is not better than Jordan. Jordan's still better. Rest in peace, Carl Weathers. Yes, big Rocky fan. I'm still upset about this, guys. I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, very, very, spelled Weathers wrong, but that's okay. We get the picture. Very, very sad. This was about a month ago. Already a month, I think he's been gone. Very, very sad. Big Rocky fan, and that was tragic. And then Paulie was gone, too. Very sad. If you guys are if you haven't seen Rocky, go watch the saga. Beyond motivational. All right, let's stick to the tone here, to the message. All right, Barkley of the Eagles. Again, on the fence. I'm leaning off the fence. I'm not excited. All right, let's move on. This is an exciting. Okay, so let's talk about. I don't know where to start with this one. All right, Tony Pollard to the Titans. Now, you guys know Tajay Spears. I've signed him onto the summit. I'm excited about. I want to draft Tajay. Like, I'm excited. Okay, and I knew they were going to bring somebody out, so I'm talking to Tajay's agent. I'm like, I want Tajay to be really fantasy relevant because I want him at the Fantasy Sports Summit. But what happens now? Like, he's like, well, I think they're going to sign a veteran. I'm like, yeah, that's what I feel too. They're going to bring someone in. I was really afraid that they were going to either bring Josh Jacobs in or Barkley or Henry. So, oh, Henry's still there. Sorry. Henry's going to go, and they were going to bring in like a Jacobs or Barkley. They didn't do that. They brought in Tony Pollard. Now, let's break this down. Let me talk to you guys about this. Let me know what you guys think about this, by the way. But hear me out first before you guys say this. Some people are saying Spears is done. I don't think so. So here's my thoughts on this. Pollard was a 4th-round pick in 2019 and was a backup for years and could barely surpass Zeke Elliott. He was a 2019 pick, okay? Tajay was a 3rd-round pick behind Derrick Henry. Anybody would be behind Derrick Henry. Adrian Peterson would be behind Derrick Henry, okay, in his prime. Well, not really, but they're both really good. But what I'm saying is, if there's anybody there, I'd want Pollard or an Ekeler or a Pollard. Like, those guys don't concern me. They're like Gus Edwards to me. Pollard had the opportunity to shine last year. He didn't. Mind you, he had 252 attempts, 4 yards per carry, just over 1,000 yards. Joe, how do you know this without reading anything? I'm not reading anything. I study this stuff way too much, man. It's like, I'm such a nerd with this stuff. But anyways, so Pollard just like had the opportunity to be the one last year. He just never did. You know, he didn't wow us. You know, and he was a backup for years to Zeke. So they needed depth. Now, let's do some math. Tajay had 100 attempts last year. Stick with me. Henry had 280 attempts. Even if Pollard starts, he's not getting 280 attempts. That's only Derrick Henry volume. Now, my concern is that it can be a committee similar to the Lions with, help me out here, Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. So if that happens, that's going to piss me off. But now I can get the potential RB1 in Spears for Veta Valley because they're going to think that Pollard is the one. Now, Pollard could be the one, but he's not a true one. He never was. Well, you could say, well, Tajay wasn't the one. Guys, let me try to dissect this stuff here. Spears had better college production, that too. So, again, we don't know, but all I know is that talent rises to the top and Spears could rise to the top. And I get him for value. Does that make sense? Now, Jahmyr gives us a whole other topic, which we'll talk about. I think Gibbs is too expensive. Montgomery's going to come out and start. It's going to piss me off. But anyway, I actually, again, considering the fact that the Titans, with Henry being shipped off, they needed depth. Would I rather have Pollard or Jacobs? Oh, for sure, Pollard. I'd rather have Pollard with the Titans, for sure. Would I rather have Pollard or a Trey Benson being drafted to the Titans, a young, fresh rookie that's hungry and being drafted in the 2nd round, almost guaranteeing that RB1 spot? No, I'd rather have Pollard. Would I rather have Saquon? Or I'd have Pollard signed to the Titans with Tajay? I'd rather have Pollard. Does this make sense, guys? Does this make sense? I know Pollard had 252 attempts last year, but Tajay is better. He is better, okay? It's going to be a bit of a committee, but I think the good talent emerges, and Pollard has been injured. I mean, we heard that Tajay had his torn ACLs before, and I think he's missing an ACL on his knee or something, but listen, the fact of the matter is, I believe in Tajay. I got a good gut feeling about Tajay. The volume is going to be there for Tajay, and they needed depth. And I'd rather Pollard than anybody else. I would probably be Ekeler, but Pollard's worse than Ekeler. So Pollard, this is a good thing. Trust me. Okay, now, again, is it annoying? Yes. But who else are they going to bring in there? Terry says Pollard is an awesome change of pace back. Yeah. Like, again, who else would you rather have there? Montgomery hasn't played 2 full seasons healthy back-to-back. Marcus, great point. So, yeah, you could draft Jahmyr Gibbs based on the fact that Montgomery gets hurt, and he will miss a couple games. but don't bank on him missing the season, right? That's a concern. And on the first drive, you're going to have Montgomery come out, and I'm going to be pissed. I draft Jahmyr Gibbs round 1. The first drive of the season, I see Montgomery's ugly mug, and I'm just like, I want to see Jahmyr Gibbs. I was still pissed off about it last year. I don't want to deal. I don't know if I'm ready for that type of, thing again. You know what I mean? I don't want to see it. All right, let's move on here in the news. Drop a comment, smash thumbs up. I'm going to get to a Q&A in a few moments. If you are new to the channel, guys, turn on the bell. I'm going to try to do this every night at 8:30. Keep it going. All right, banner. All right, what do you guys think of this one? This one's kind of stupid too. DeAndre Swift to the Chicago Bears, joining the likes of Herbert and Rashawn Johnson. 3, again, overpaid, man. Like, similar to Pollard, who's getting $24 million. Same here. Why would you pay Swift that much money? Guys, I don't know, man. Like, people just have money to burn. Like, I'd rather, man. Like, it doesn't, like, guys, I don't know. I'm just shaking my head at these signings. Can somebody help me out here? Because this is like, it upsets me to see money getting burned like this. Help me out here. Like, $24 million for Swift, who can't stay healthy to save his life. Like, he just can't. He's not good. Years to wow us, we're not wowed. The Bears should be looking for a stud running back, a guy that could get it done. There was talks maybe a Barkley ends up there. But Swift, is that the best you can do? Like, it's like Gus Edwards to Chargers. What does that do? What does that do? It's not going to change the game. It's not going to elevate the team. I have no comment. Exactly. Herbert is better than Swift. And Herbert sucks. That's a very well said. Phil says this. This is very well said, Herbert. Herbert is better than Swift, and Herbert stinks. I couldn't have said it better myself. So, again, like, this type of stuff, man, it's just like, who cares? And just for the record here, Bears, years to wow me running back committee, staying away. Like, completely staying away from that garbage. Absolutely. Who else is there? So, Bears, I'm staying away from. Barkley, I don't know, man. And then the Giants, like, again, with Singletary, 16, like, what are you doing? Like, what's Singletary going to do? Like, Saquon was there with you for years. It's like comparing, let's give a comparison with Singletary and Saquon. Mind you, Saquon has the potential, just hasn't hit his full ceiling. It's like comparing a Lamborghini to, like, an Oldsmobile from the 80s or something like that. Mind you, they were strong, but they just weren't as fast as a Lamborghini. Anyway, bad analogy. So, what I'm trying to make is, what does this do? Bye, Brian. Brian's taken off. Nice of you to join us. Okay, so Swift to the Bears, 3 years, $24.5 million. Again, I'm not excited, dudes. I'm just not excited. Let's move on. Okay, I think we're pretty much done. Who else do we have here? That's pretty much it. We can get to Q&A here. I mean, there's talk, again, of Henry going to the Ravens. They've got Dobbins and Mitchell there. Years to wow us, we're not wowed. So let's just get to a couple questions. I know there was a ton of questions while we were doing this. Let me take this banner. How do you take this banner off here? I don't want to see Swift anyway. Okay, let me just check the comments here, get to questions here. What's up, Mark? Mark's saying, what's up, Mark Rodriguez? Brian Robinson Jr. and Ekeler, not even considering those guys. No, man, no. Not at all. Guys, there's so many. I'm going to go back to some of these questions because I think I missed a lot of questions too. There's been a ton. Drop your questions now. Now's the time. Marcus says, Devin Oddchain as an RB1. Odd chain. I don't trust Miami running backs, but I think he could be special if he stays healthy. I like him. I like the talent. I'm in talks with him for the Fantasy Sports Summit as well. Maybe we can get him on. That'd be cool. He's got the talent, man. He's got the speed. Is he going to stay healthy? That's the big question. Let's keep going here. Let's go. Let's get some questions here. Who had the best day? Paul James. Who had the best day with the let's talk about the fantasy realm. There's tons of defensive moves that I didn't really pay that much attention to. The best day. I mean, are you talking like, can you give me some context? Are we talking for fantasy? If we're talking for fantasy, I would say Kirk Cousins to the Falcons is just so amazing. I can't explain to you. Like, they needed a quarterback so badly. I mean, that is just amazing. So I would say Kirk Cousins from a fantasy perspective to the Falcons just gives everybody on that team a boost. Love it. I don't mind Josh Jacobs to the Packers. I think this could be a really good offense this year. This is an offense I'm actually excited to watch. I love the talent of Jane Reed. I love the talent of Romeo Doubs. Romeo Doubs was the guy that emerged, guys, okay, in the playoffs for the Packers. Fantasy implications. Yeah, man, it's Kirk Cousins, dude. I love it. I love Kirk Cousins going to the Falcons. Love it. Buy Jan through the roof. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. He's saying buy Jan on fire. Gibbs or Barkley? Charles Barkley. Let's go here. Jahmyr Gibbs or Barkley? Man, it's early. I gotta feel this out, dude. It's way too early. We're gonna hear rumblings in off season whether Gibbs is getting more work and whether he's leveling it up and how much Montgomery's gonna be a factor. As of right now, you got to deal with. It's like pick the lesser of the two evils. Are you okay with, not even an older running back, but an aging running back going on to a team where Jalen Hurts is going to steal the goal line work? Are you okay with a quarterback stealing a bunch of your goal line work? Or do you want Montgomery to steal your goal line work? That is a question you got to answer. Mind you, Gibbs does have that explosive upside. I'm telling you right now, if Montgomery wasn't there last year, who had hoarded away 213 rushing attempts and like 13 touchdowns, Gibbs would easily be the RB1. If you're going to bank that Montgomery is going to get hurt, which I think he will, then Gibbs is the way to go. Absolute league winner. Barkley's still kind of like, is he that good? Is he going to stay healthy? Is he going to do well? New offense. He's got paid. He's got incentivized. Gibbs is going to be hungrier. Slight edge to Gibbs right now. We're going to have to see. Do you dare to draft Kyle Pitts? Yeah, I would. Depends. I got to see where I get him. Depends if I need a tight end in that round. I got to see where he falls. I like him. I think Kyle Pitts could do really well. I really think this is the year. I remember he was a first round pick a couple years ago. Just never had any good quarterback play. Just never did. So yeah, I'd be comfortable drafting Kyle Pitts. Why not? Barkley getting old. Yeah, people saying Gibbs has youth and upside. Cuddy system, consistency, upside, durability, depth, and youth. Would you consider, what's this question here? Would you consider Mostert? No, Mostert. No. Mostert doesn't appeal. Like, there's certain running backs that just don't appeal to me. Here we go. Crazy Casper, man, you've been here at the beginning of the show, so you're dedicated, brothers. Crazy Casper says Garrett Wilson or Drake London, Pitts or Laporta, Hall or Bijan. Wow. This is early, so I don't want to just say something and stick with it now. Just by looking at this quick, but again, it depends on the value. If I can get Pitts for because I probably won't get Laporta. Laporta's gonna be way expensive. We told you about Laporta last year. I'm kind of into this year now. So just by looking at it initially, assuming that Aaron Rodgers is good to go, Wilson, Laporta, and Bijan. Initial thoughts. And that way I'm diversifying my portfolio because I'm kind of passing on London. I get the upside of Garrett Wilson, but I'm still getting Bijan. I'm getting a piece of the Falcons instead of going all in on the Falcons. Does that make sense? Again, Bijan, Laporta, and Wilson, but it could easily be Drake, London, Pitts, and Hall. I love Breece Hall. Don't get me wrong, man. I think Breece Hall, I have him slightly edged out over Bijan. I'd say Breece Hall over Bijan just because of that explosive upside. They're both great, man. I don't know, man. I think Bijan could outscore him this year. It's going to be good, man. There's the only two running backs I'm considering in round one as of right now. Man, there's so many questions here. What's I can't even see right. I should get glasses here. He's saying Chase or London or Laporta or Hall. Guys, you guys can say similar questions here. Wide receiver from Bengals, Chase number 1. I think Chase will be great. I think that this is the year they got to do something. I think this is the year Chase has to do something this year. I don't know what to tell you. He has to do it. This is the year. Any other questions here? There's tons of questions. If I go back, drop your questions. The fresh questions are going to be picked up, guys. The fresh questions. Okay. I'll go back here. There's a bunch of good ones I missed. Zach Seaman says, how high are you on Josh Jacobs? Man, again, I got a personal grudge against him. I didn't take it personally. He did. It's a long story. But anyway, because it was a boxing thing. He DM'd me after I said he sucked in fantasies a couple years ago. I didn't like his attitude. But how high am I on Josh Jacobs? I'm a little higher on Josh Jacobs now with the Packers than I would have been if he had stayed on the Raiders. So it's a fresh start, high octane offense, and again, exciting offense. He's going to get a lot of work. So you don't have to worry as many goal line carries being stolen away as you do with Saquon Barkley. So again, Jacobs, when he was a rookie, first, second year, it's like he was like a third, fourth round pick in fantasy. He was never really outstanding. Is he going to take off again this year? Very possible. Very possible. I like him. I like the upside so far. I'm not giddy about it, but I feel secure with it. Nico calls her Tank Dell, the $1 million question. Man, I don't know, man. I don't know. This one's tough. Like, nobody really knows. If I were to choose backs against the wall, Tank Dell. I think Nico Collins could easily be absolutely amazing this year, especially in the red zone. But if you're looking at maybe PPR upside and just more receptions, bigger yardage situations, Nico, you got the height advantage, right? Again, it's going to be tough. Again, slight edge to Dell, and I might change my mind later. Okay, I might change my mind. Jonathan Taylor or Kyron? Wow, great question. Again, tough question. Jonathan Taylor's obviously going to be competing with Anthony Richardson near the goal line. Jonathan Taylor, he's had his share of injuries. Kyron, way more upside, man. I like Kyron. It's just better offense, I would say. Not even just a better offense, more of a consistent offense. But I think that Kyron may end up in a situation where they might draft a running back. Do they trust a guy they acquired in the 5th round in Kyron Williams? I don't know. Like, I don't know if he's going to be the man there. I hope if he's the man, look out, Kyron to the moon. But if they draft somebody or they bring in a veteran, then look out. Now we got another committee situation. But Kyron just seems more appealing to me, more hungry, more upside. Whereas Taylor, he's been been chipping at the bit for years, and nothing crazy has happened there. Okay, where's my Q&A? There it is. That's what I'm looking for. My Q&A banner. All right, let's get to some more questions here. Then we'll wrap it up. Go hit the nap, because I got more content to do tomorrow. But I just want to cover a lot of this stuff, man. I think this needed to get out there because there's a lot of questions and people say, what do you think of this and that? Just come to this video. Now, it is early. This is going to change. I hear in the news that, Saquon Barkley is going to go to the moon, and his coaches are saying, oh, he's amazing, and we're going to give him all the work, which you should get all the work anyway. Or if I'm just hearing stuff in the news or something, it's going to change. That's why you guys got to subscribe and turn on the bell, because it's not like something that's static. It's just constantly moving, right? And that's why I update the 16-round draft. So if you haven't got it, secure the solution, guys. Use code SMASH to save. It's linked below. You can pre-order 16 rounds right now. All right, let me get to some more questions here. And again, I'm an independent, guys. I don't have a 4-letter network behind me, nor do I want one. Kind of building like a Joe Rogan, a sports thing. So I'm asking you guys to smash thumbs up. It really helps the channel. I want to see a lot of thumbs up, a lot of comments, interaction, and make sure you guys turn on that bell, because when I do these lives, I want this group to absolutely destroy it. I want 100,000 people in here during prime time. We are in the dead of the season. This is the dead of fantasy football season. Nobody, if you guys are here, first of all, amazing dedication. That's what I tell people that are here now. If you ever watched the movie 300, if you haven't, go watch 300. This is that core group of the strongest of strong mentality. And the casuals come in in August. And there's a lot of great people that play fantasy in August. But what I'm saying is that you guys are the strongest of the strong. You guys are the 300, right? You've got that mentality. So I'm asking you guys to help this snowball build. Thumbs up, turn on the bell, and let's build this thing out genuinely. And I've got some big things coming for you guys. Again, including that Fantasy Sports Summit, which nobody's done, to have NFL athletes on live with me and interact, in a PS5 giveaway and a mock draft. It's going to be absolutely epic. So, it's going to be a big year. A couple more questions here. Solly Man says, this is Sparta. There you go, man. Lion mentality. Lion mentality. Love it, Solly, man. I appreciate you being here. Smash thumbs up, man. It means a lot. I do this for you guys. And that's the main reason I got into this. If you guys don't know the backstory, I was pissed off. Like, I was a big fantasy guy, and I was pissed off that the advice that was given was terrible. I'd see these magazines, I'd see these fluffy podcasts. Everything was copy and paste. And I started off with giving a fantasy league prize. Like, I didn't have a podcast. I'm like, hey, I want to create a product for fantasy. It was like a fantasy frame. You put your sports cards in, you get engraving. And then I'm like, I can do more than just be a frame guy, which I don't do the frames anymore. Let's start a podcast. I didn't know where to start. I didn't even know what a podcast was. We're talking 2016. I started the podcast, and I was one of the first adapters to Instagram. I was like the first adapter to Instagram. I was the first vlogger for fantasy sports on Instagram. That was when Instagram was 10-second videos. There was no reels. There was no stories. There was no lives. It was straight up just 10-second clips. So I started doing that. I'm like, I could do this. I could do this. And I just went at it, and I just haven't stopped. And that's it. If you want to do something in life, you just got to just keep showing up. Keep showing up. And then when you're done, you're never done. You just keep showing up. And that's how I got to where I got. And I'm very blessed. So smash thumbs up, guys. Help. And I'm all about just giving better content for everybody. Okay. I don't know, man. I don't know where Fields goes. Wherever he goes, I don't care. I just won't be drafting anybody from that team. I don't know, man. Fields is like one of those guys that doesn't excite me. I can say he reminds me of Carson Wentz, but he's just one of those guys that he's obviously way better than Carson Wentz, but he's just one of those guys. I'm just using Carson Wentz as an example because he's just a guy that I didn't care about. Like, when I think of Carson Wentz, I think of Fields. I think of this, I just don't care. Does that make sense? It's just something I don't care about. I have no desire I don't care. I just don't care. There's certain players, Washington Commanders, I don't care about anybody on that team. I don't care. There's some people's, the Ravens, don't care. Maybe Zay Flowers, but that's it. There's certain teams who just don't care. Fields is one of those guys. I don't care about him. I don't care to draft him. Don't care. Who else is there? Fields sucks, someone says. Who would have been perfect GM? Okay. Yeah, what about Ridley? Any update on Ridley? I heard he was getting moved. Guys, do you have any update on Calvin Ridley? Oh, no. Are you serious? I just got some more news here. Are you kidding me right now? The Vikings are among teams interested in Aaron Jones. Why? Why? I was hearing that Trey Benson might end up on the Vikings. This is so stupid, man. Aaron Jones, DeAndre Swift, these guys aren't good anymore. If there's a team that doesn't want you, the old, this guy's trash is another guy's treasure. Who cares? Why do you care about Aaron Jones? He sucks. He's done. He's washed. He's old. There's no ceiling left. If I'm a GM, especially with fantasy football, I look for upside, man. I look for people that could take me to the moon. I look for the Bijans, the Breece Halls, the people, the Jamar Chase, the guys that have a ceiling. Why are the Vikings looking at Aaron Jones? Why did Swift get signed? Why is Pollard getting paid $24 million? Why is Austin Ekeler even getting $11.4 million for 2 years? Why would anybody want Ekeler? What? I know, well, Joe, it's depth, it's real football, but who cares? Who cares about these guys? Gus Bus to the Chargers, what is that going to do? What is that going to do? I mean, I'm sure they're good football players, but they're not outstanding. Oh, man, just some of these moves, they just don't. Devin Singletary to the Giants. Why? What's that going to do? What's that going to do? Nothing. It doesn't move the needle. It's not going to help it doesn't help anybody. It's just it's annoying, Yeah, man. Hopefully Jefferson can get traded out of I don't like Jefferson, man. Arrogant. And I don't know if I told you, but Jefferson's brother DM'd me. It was something about it was Jefferson not paying child support or something. And then I ended up doing a video just stating what the news was about him. Something was child support. I did a video. I can't remember what it was, like a week ago. His brother DM'd me. I think his name is Jordan Jefferson. He's like, yo, man, stay out of our business, bro. You know, and he was like starting an argument with me online. I'm like, dude, like, what the heck? Who are you? I didn't even know Justin Jefferson had a brother. So that's what you got to deal with, man. Which player signs and completely busts? So out of these guys, well, other than the obvious, who busts? They're all in good positions, man. I mean, but there's certain ones I don't care. Like Swift, Ekeler, Pollard, don't care for. Gus Edwards, don't care for fantasy, right? I think they all do well. The guys that are supposed to do well, I think Jacobs and Barkley should do well, you know? Yeah, man. So that's where we're at. Counselor Nation versus everybody. Absolutely, man. I'm a one-man army. No one can harm me. There you go. There's my rhyme of the day. All right, guys. I got to roll. Let me know what you guys think. Did you like the live? 8:30. That was a lot of energy, man. A lot of energy. I got to get a shot of water. I'm out of water. Here, I should have a little bit left. Guys, I had a lot of fun, man. A lot of news to cover. Make sure you guys do smash thumbs up. Drop your questions below. I can try to get to as many as I possibly can. But I love the evening. The evening thing can work, man. I think this could work, this evening thing. Thanks, Tattoo Destroyer. I appreciate ya. Number one wide receiver running back coming out of the draft. It's going to be Trey Benson and Harrison, I think, right now. But that could change. That totally depends on what team they land on. All depends. I like Blake Corum as well, but we'll see. All right, man. Phil H has good stuff. We had a lot of people in here over the time. Smash thumbs up. Turn on the bell. More of these coming. Let's build this snowball out. Sparta, baby. Sparta. The strong. Line up, guys, and go secure 60 ounce. Pre-order it now. Use code SMASH2SAVE. And make sure you guys add the Fantasy Sports Summit to the order. I've linked it below. Guys, I appreciate Henry. Lots of love, man. I appreciate it. I want you to be a regular, Henry. I want to see you in August because I'm going to remember these names. I'm going to remember the Spartans when there's going to be thousands of people in here in August, when this thing's going to go crazy. And I want to remember everybody and build that connection with you guys. I'm going to try to do this every evening. Gives you guys something to look forward to, right? All right, guys, I appreciate you. We'll talk soon. I'm out. Thank you.